And good afternoon, good evening, good Saturday to you here from Glenbrook Apache Field in Minden, Louisiana. I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports and the Pelican Softball Report, bringing you live action 24 hours plus, like one of them old school telethons. We've got a good one for you. Evangel Christian and Natchitoches Central set to do business in this. I am Doug Gann. Of course, Nick Morrow on camera and on camera. Down the field, our girl Zoe Fitz is down there. Zoe Fitz Photography. Keep an eye out for when she starts posting those galleries and help her out. We are ready to get this thing underway. Starting in the circle, Lily Thompson will get things going. First pitch was set for 6 o'clock, and it comes in at 5:51. Misses for a ball again. We saw a couple of games that the last two were kind of blowouts. These next two. Ground ball up the middle is there, booted out at second base. Flowers unable to handle that, and that is going to be leadoff runner on by Maggie Messia. Maggie is down to first with a base hit. And that will bring Robertson to the plate here. This is Lila Robertson. Lila Robertson will stand in from the right side. You got a good look at her there. Looking around defensively for you as we're just getting going here. Left field is Kayla Yarby. We saw her last night. Center field, Lena Gordon. Right field, Madison Hooten. At third base, Olivia Pandiella. Shortstop, Anna Flowers. Second base, Addison. That's a new one for me. I'll have to work on that. I don't want to mispronounce it. Shane. Dadgummit, that's Addison Shane that's in there. What a great performance she had last night. She is back at second base today. At first base, Mackenzie Hooten. And the battery for the ECA Lady Eagles behind the dish, Vic Launer. And in the circle, Lily Thompson. 1 ball and 1 strike as that was lifted back foul, and you'll see a ball and 2 strikes. Nighttime airport tweaks our internet just a little bit, so if it's in and out, bear with us. We think we've built in some delay on it, but bear with us until over the next 30 minutes or so. It does get a little spotty for you. There's a good look at it from our press box cam. You can see the entirety of the field. Thompson looks back in and throws this one off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, we are in game 7 of the last couple of days. And, man, I could not have imagined being in a better place than right here in Minden, Louisiana. Rocks back and fires this one across. That one is lifted way back. Way back. Caught. No, it's gone. That's right, over the fence. I thought that in left field, Yerby had a shot at it, but that is a big-time home run there by Robertson, and she will get the scoring started here. Lila Robertson with a 2-run home run, and I mean, she just cranked that one up. 200 down the lines to that pole, and that one went about 205 on their 2-run bomb to get things started off, and Natchitoches Central gets the early lead here on Evangel. Goodness, put a charge into that. That will bring Anthony to the plate. Peyton Anthony will step in, but a 2-run lead here for Natchitoches Central early on, and we told you they were going to bring it. Natchitoches Central comes into this game at 7-2. They beat Converse, lost to North DeSoto the other day, but a lot of people do that. A couple of wins over Ruston, one over Coach Hillman and Bunkie. Southside Sharks, they beat the Eagles back earlier in the Pineville tournament. That one ground over to third. Good glove save. Going to spin and throw. Not in time. But I'm telling you what, the work by Olivia Pandiella, we saw her last night Just throws the ball from third base so well. Going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher here. We're early on, and it's 2-0. Peyton Anthony, the catcher, she is in there with an infield single. And that's going to bring Erin Gidrose in there. And Gidrose is just so solid. We followed her this season. Think that she will be in the circle. That's where she spends a lot of her time. She takes that one in there for strike one. Did not get a lineup for Natchitoches Central, but we'll plug all of that in as we go along. But she controls the circle, hits the ball well from the plate. We did a feature on her a little earlier as one of our player spotlights. Ground ball is short, just eats up Flowers there at shortstop, but I mean, that was a hard hit ball by Gidrose, and runners at first and second again, and just, man, a lot of activity going on with the Natchitoches Central Lady Chiefs bats, and Gidrose is on. Quickly, they're going to go out and talk about that prior to the at-bat of Addie McGrath. Addie McGrath will step in, but first and foremost, they want to go out there and visit with Thompson and make sure that she's getting settled in and is okay. Did have a pinch runner out there for the catcher, and let's see. Well, she scored earlier on that home run, it looks like. Needless to say, Natchitoches Central on top here in this one. Again, started at about 10 minutes early, which you would have never told me that was going to happen. Today, 2-0. We play top of the first. Nobody down. Thompson is going to have to get settled. We'll see if that conversation and that meeting at the mound had a little bit to do with it. Squaring around the bunt, laid down perfectly. The sacrifice is there. And McGrath does a good job of advancing the runners up to second and third. There you get a good look in at Thompson in the circle. First out of the ball game is recorded, and Sarah Beth Terrell will come to the plate. Sarah Beth represents the sixth batter to hit here. 2-0 right now. Up and out of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. I want to thank all of those that took time to follow us there on Facebook today and subscribe on YouTube. Certainly helps out everything that we do and gets this out to other folks. Courtesy runner out at second base is Charity Marshall. She is running for Gidrose, and that lets us know that Erin is in the circle today, and you're going to want to see that. She throws the ball very well. Up and out of the zone, and that is 3 balls and no strikes. Again, you can keep up our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard and sponsors for this weekend's event. Rolling around down in the corner, you see the Pelican State Rising Stars softball game. That strike is there on the outer half, so the 3-0 fastball is there for a strike. Had our first invitee for our All-Star game. We extended an invitation for Ainsley Morvan to participate in our All-Star game. She is a sophomore from Logansport and had a big weekend and has had a great start to her season. And we are looking for 27s, 28s, and 29s to play in our 2026 Rising Stars All-Star Pelican State softball game. Will be May 26th and 27th on the campus of Louisiana Christian University. Misses outside, and that will load them up. So Terrell with a walk will be down to first base. And Briley Matwire will come to the plate. She bats from the left side. Look at that infield drawn in. Trying to cut something off at home, maybe a little home to first double play to keep this at 2. Fouled back and right off of home plate umpire there. They'll give him a moment to shake that off, and you'll see the catcher. And that's the protocol. The catcher will go out and talk to the home. You could tell who gets hit. Again, if the umpire gets hit, the catcher will walk the ball back out to the catcher just to give it a minute or two. If the catcher gets hit, the umpire will go and walk that ball out, and it's nothing more but just to give a couple of minutes to maybe shake the cobwebs off of it just a bit. Time for our Nick Morrow cam, and he's up there at the top of those stairs. Give him a wave, Nick, and let him know what you're doing. There he is on camera for us. Bases loaded. 0-1 to Matwire. Runs to that one. Snap throw back down nearly in time. Good throw back behind the dish by Lawner. We saw a lot of that from her last night. Natchitoches Central played earlier in the afternoon. They beat Converse 13-2. Evangel Christian lost a tight one last night, 8-7. Their first of 2 here this evening. That one, kind of a check swing back, will keep things at 0-2. Seventh batter to hit for Natchitoches Central, and I don't think you could have drawn up a better start to it. Now, they would like to add a few more. If you've got this many people deep in your lineup, you certainly want to try to add to do that. Pitches back and just kind of flung the bat at it. Flung, F-L-U-N-G. If you're looking ahead in the bottom of the first, Flowers, Gordon, Launer, and Hooten, Madison Hooten. Madison and McKenzie both play, and both are in the starting lineup. Thompson is at 22 pitches here in the first, and that's a long, lengthy first inning for her. Kind of a slap check swing over the drawn-in infield. One run is in, another. The third and fourth runs will come across, and that is just probably as nice of two-strike hitting as you'll find from Matwire. She goes in there and a little poke over the shortstop's head that was drawn in, and this has turned into a 4-run inning. So Matwire there at first, and that will bring up Madeline Roquemore. That is there. Roquemore. Take the easy way out. Madeline steps in, watches that one go up and out of the zone for ball one. One out here in this one. We play just in the top of the first. This has been about a 15-minute inning or half inning for Natchitoches Central at the plate. We talked about being ahead of time, and that's lifted center field. Going to camp out under it there is Gordon. Gordon's got it, but the run on the throw coming in is going to be up the line. So a sacrifice fly there by Madeline. And that is the 5th run to come across for Natchitoches Central. And London Braxton will step in. London Braxton, the 8th batter. That was Braxton with the sac fly. So this is Jade Bartfield, who is the 9th one to bat in this inning. Good looking pitch on the outer half is strike one. And so this Natchitoches Central team has hit around here in the first and put up a 5 spot. You'd like to get it back up to Macia if you could. She scored a run earlier, reached on an error. Boy, it is hard to survive an error when you got a team like this. 5 runs allowed, only 1 of those runs earned in this game. You know that Evangel's going to keep hacking. They've got some hitters. 5-run lead for Aaron Gidrose is tough, I'll tell you. Swung on and missed. Throw down to third, not quite in time. Didn't need it as that retires the side. So top of the first was a good one for Natchitoches Central. We will move to the bottom of the first. Due up, as we said, Flowers, Gordon, and Launer. Bottom of the second when we come back. Getting ready to start things off in the bottom of the first. Gidrose, the tall, lanky right-hander, will bring it from the circle. She'll face Anna Flowers to get things going. That is a shortstop in this one. Now's the time for your listening and stands. Go to that concession stand. You see right behind the backstop there, chicken strips, hamburgers, jambalaya, all kinds of good stuff. Go by there and check that out if you're listening here in this one. Aaron fires that one in there. First strike swinging is Flowers, and she fouls that off. Well, and we've talked about it throughout this tournament weekend, what you want to do is, after a big inning, come out and throw a clean one. That one hammered down the line, looking for a leadoff bomb. And foul is called, but I'm telling you, Flowers hit that, probably the second hardest one down the line that we've seen hit. That one by Gabby Brown that went, I think, over to the airport. They had to clear it for landing. That one misses on the outside. There you get a good look in at everything going on the field. Rocks back and fires that one. It's lifted up over to first base where it's going to be gathered in and handled there. That is Terrell that is at first that has that one, and it's 1 up and 1 down. So after that big long shot down the line, he pops one up. So that's good. Shows you how she mixes it up. Center fielder Lena Gordon. That one bounces around. Oh, that curveball just drops back in. Looked like it was going outside. Gordon let it go, and it right back over the plate, and quickly 0-2 the count here to Gordon. That one misses off of the plate. Misses there and evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Going to be a walk there to Gordon. And it'll bring Vic Launer, the catcher. Swings a good bat. That one definitely in there for a strike. Gidrow's a senior for this Natchitoches Central team. That one is lifted high in the air, but left field coming up, and under that is Barfield, and she drops it. You're going to have the runner out at second base. That was safe. She slid around it. Boy, that is just good work, and I think she might have got to be careful she didn't hurt herself sliding around that one, but Gordon was really hung out to dry because you couldn't go very far on it. And both of these pitchers having to survive a couple of miscues. 4 of the 5 runs unearned put up in the first, and this is going to be Madison Hooten. She is Coach Spencer's right fielder for the Lady Eagles of Evangel Christian. Gidrow's rocks back. You know, we talked about the importance of coming out and pitching a clean inning. It's certainly just as important to answer those 5 runs from Natchitoches Central. And this Evangel team will continue to bang away. We saw that last night in their tough 8-7 loss. That one lifted down the line. And, well, for a minute, I thought it had a chance to go in that trash can that's down the line that you see at the top of the steps. Didn't quite make it, yet I digress. Well, what a pleasure it has been to bring you all of the softball action here from Glenbrook School in Minden. That one bounces low. Again, we got to meet a lot of the Minden folks that played for that Louisiana team. They were state champions there in Diamond. Had 2 divisions that were down there. And it was great to see those folks. Coach Tyler Cox is building him a good one here. That was down on strikes. Gidrow pulls a string on that one, second out. And Gidrow now has a strikeout and a walk through 2/3 of an inning. And it's going to be up to Addison Shane. Boy, did she play well last night. Came in and pitched that game in relief also. That one in there for a strike. It's a good matchup, Gidrow to Shane. Boy, just filling up the strike zone as Gidrow's. Aaron, E-H-R-E-N, Gidrow's G-U-I-D-R-O-Z. The senior rocks back and delivers this one. It is fouled back, and that'll keep the count at 0-2. I want to thank our friends at the Wimberley Agency for helping bring this to you. Sunderland Chiropractic, Yellow Jacket Oil Field Services. They are our title sponsor here. Ground ball is over third. Foul ball is called. And that's just another strike that they will redo. There you see in your bottom right-hand corner the Pelican State logo. That is our All-Star game coming up. Store Service, JTO Minerals. And there's Yellow Jacket. Give you an idea of everything that's going on. Swung on and missed and down on strikes. That's 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the first for Gidros. She's able to throw a clean one here. They'll go to the top of the second. They hit through, so due up is Messia, Robertson, and Anthony after this.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view. And gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience? Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
The Rapides School-Based Health Center brings healthcare straight to your child at no cost to you. We provide comprehensive physicals, wellness checks, sick visits, sports physicals, immunizations, behavioral health counseling, and more. Our licensed medical providers, nurses, and social workers are ready to care for your children with no out-of-pocket cost to families or the school board. Our purpose is simple: keep students in school, parents at work, and help students thrive. Sign up today and help keep Rapides healthy.
Back we go to the top of the second. Natchitoches Central with a 5-0 lead here after 1. 5 runs, 1 earned. Defense was, I don't think, ready to go. But now in their defense, those balls that they made errors on were some hard shots that were hit to them. There's no doubt about this. Evangel has committed 2 errors on there. 5 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Natchitoches Central. 0-0 and 2 for Evangel. And we're ready to go. Macia steps in there, and she is 0 for 1. Reached on one of those errors and came around to score a run. When misses outside, bounces back to the backstop. And you'll see now how night is starting to fall. That sun dips back down behind the trees that are over there. And that starts to cool things off just a little bit. Thompson throws that one in there for a strike, and that's a good-looking pitch. Get some of that Arctic blast from blowing on us there. This mini split that's up here in the press box certainly works wonders. 2 balls and a strike here to the leadoff hitter for Natchitoches Central. Plays center field. Maggie again reached base on an error. Came around to score. Game's first run, part of that 5-run outburst. That one is lifted out into the gap and is going to find its way to the fence. She's 0 for 1, no more. Coasts in with a double. And again, lead off trouble from Natchitoches Central. Good piece of hitting by Maggie there to get that one going. Between where Cooper was and Gordon. And now Lila Robinson will stand in. Lila's 1 for 1 on the day. 1 for 1 and a couple of RBI, and that one is smoked out to the wall. Lila had that home run. Now she's going to add a double to it. They will keep her hustling around. Going to be a play at third. It's going to find its way to the dugout. She's going to come on home Play at the plate. She's going to be toast. No, she slides around it. What a tremendous, tremendous slide there, coming all the way around. My goodness. The hustle from there. Lila Robertson. Give her a triple and advancing on the error there, but that's 2 more runs in this one. Safe at home, and it is 7-0. So Robertson now with a home run and a triple, and man, she's got the 2 tough ones out of the way. I don't think we've seen a cycle before. Still a lot to go. She was hustling into second base and then saw that the ball was still out there. Kept on going, never really checked up. Found her way to third, and the throw coming into third goes into the dugout. It goes and bounces off of it. That's what led to the play at the plate. But the tremendous kind of swim move slide at home plate is what made the difference. And this thing's 7-0. Following those couple of runs that got put in. Up and out of the zone. Ball 1. Peyton Anthony will step in. Anthony 1 for 1 on the evening. She's got a run scored. That one curves back across and is there for the strike. Lily Thompson having a tough go of it here. This hard-hitting Natchitoches Central lineup. We told you that. The story today has been Robertson. Robertson with a home run in the first that scored a couple of runs, the triple there. And all she's done in her first 2 at-bats is go 2 for 2 with 3 RBI and establishing herself as a candidate for our LV5K player of the game. That one down the line and getting out of there. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Well, this Natchitoches Central team today has come to play. Nobody down in the top of the second. They lead it 7-0. That one is lifted way back. Gonna hook foul. That one bounces up into the woods. And again, I don't think you'll find it. Still didn't go as far as that Gabby Brown home run earlier, but not comparing. But my goodness, there have been some shots. When these young ladies turn and pull the softball, it's electric. All of that to say it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spin around, get a good look inside here. Outside corner, caught looking down on strikes. Goes Anthony. And Anthony now 1 for 2. And after working a couple of times inside, and you'll bring Aaron Gidros up, who now is 0 for 1 on the day. Gidros certainly has the power to get one out of here. She's just a solid ball player. That one to center field, but going to camp out under it there is Gordon, and that will be out number 2. So 0 for 2 on the afternoon for Gidros. It has been Robertson that has done the damage. 2 for 2, 2 runs scored, 3 RBI in this one for the Natchitoches Central third baseman. Thompson will try to keep it right here. Give her offense an opportunity to get back in it. 2 outs, and we've seen throughout the day Boy, that third out has been difficult for a lot of teams to get. This is how you answer when you come out with a big number like 5 in the first. That one lifted high, going to stay. Well, it looked like it might have got somebody over there, but all is well. When one gets up and out and in foul territory over that big 40-foot net, you know that that is a sky shot that is hit. Loud strike back into the stands, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Up and thrown away in 2 balls and 1 strike. You see it on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. 7-0 Natchitoches Central leads this one. We play in the top of the second. 2 down. We will name our LV5K, the Lauren Vaughn Foundation Player of the Game. Following this one, we've got a couple of more. We have awarded 6 of them. One, again, lifted high and chasing near. Look, that group of fans that's right there probably is going to start moving their chairs now, as that is back-to-back pitches that have been up in that area. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You see that big teal wall with the G on the back of it back there. We are at Glenbrook School, home of Apache softball. Crushed down the line, and that's one of those the dugout has to watch out on. Hope you've enjoyed this tournament as much as we have. Look, big kudos to those folks. As has been normal, our viewership just about doubles after the games. We appreciate all of you that went back and viewed this one. Big shout out to our friends at Logansport on their trip back home. Up the middle it goes, and that is going to be a base hit. And they'll go down there and get a courtesy runner in for McGrath. And that will send Sarah Beth Terrell. No official at-bats in this one. Terrell walked and scored a run back in that 5-run 5th. They'll go out and visit just a little bit, and you see things going. Got a new pitcher that is coming in and a new light that is turned on off to our left. Pitching changes here. We'll try to get a number on that young lady. Looks like we'll see what they are doing. Can't see with that group there, so let's turn the, nope, won't get it from that camera. Maybe Nick can zoom in on the picture for us, and we'll get that number. Got to get right behind that pole. There you go. That's a good shot at it. There you get a good look at number 12. See, that's the beauty of the camera that is up here. And Addison Shane, she did the same thing. She came in to pitch last night from second base. Well, that made a difference on there up in the press box. When the press box is light as on, we'll have to work on that because now the camera can see inside, and there we get a look at what's going on here in the press box. Sarah Beth Terrell, we told you, steps in ready to go. That one from Shane misses low. And just want to do something to keep this thing from getting any more. It is 7-0 right now. That one misses low also. So Shane missing the zone. It just takes her a minute to get settled in. Swung on and missed. Good rise pitch there from Shane and gets settled with her first strike. 2 balls and a strike. Evangel will stay on and play one more. Host Glenbrook. Glenbrook softball will come in and play in the next one. Played the first game of the day and now the last game of the day. Swung on through that one, and after falling behind 2 balls and no strikes, Shane has battled back with a couple of strikes here. Again, looking to keep it right where it's at. Lifted high over to first base, gloved there, and the catch is made, and that will retire the side, but not before a couple of runs come in. Addison Shane comes in, shuts things down, gets the next out, and that will do it for the top of the second. We'll be back in the bottom to see if Evangel can answer that. We'll be back. Erin Gidrow's high-fiving her infield teammates. And 1 walk, 2 strikeouts in that first inning. Stranded a couple of runners there, has faced 5 batters in the first, but it's been a long time. This game's going on about 40 minutes, and this is only the second time that Gidrows is out on the field, and she's 0 for 2. She's batted more than she's pitched in this game so far. That one in there for strike 1. Lifted high. Catch is made there coming in, and that's just great work over from first base to come up and make that play. Terrell called it immediately and let everybody know that she was in charge of that one. That was Pandiella, Olivia Pandiella, third baseman. That one lifted high as well, but camping out under that in center field is Marcia. And quickly, 2 up and 2 down before we even had the batter announced. That was Mackenzie Hooten that flied out, and now Lily Thompson with her first at bat. And boy, concerned about that curve. She saw her, that front foot just step back a little bit right when the pitch was coming in. That ball down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gidros misses that one out of the zone. Boy, she really brings it, I'm telling you. Three and one now, so Gidros wanting to avoid her second walk in as many innings. Fires this one in, and again, that front foot pulling out by Thompson, and it's going to be tough for her to see anything outer half of the plate that she's able to control by moving that foot around. Gidros fires this one, that one. She stayed in on it there, so a good adjustment made by Thompson. Just off the plate, and that will be walk number 2. Thompson able to fend off a couple of pitches and works her way onto a walk. And Kayla Yerby will step in, trying to get this thing going and get it back to Flowers and Gordon and Launer in the top of that order. Good hack at it too, but fouled back. It's a pretty good cut there. Quickly, 0-2 here, and it's just been a couple of good fastballs from Gidros there. 33 pitches on the afternoon from Aaron. She'll rock back and deliver number 34, and that is taken low and out of the zone for ball 1. One ball, one strike, 2 down here. Good-looking pitch. Pitch is dropped, and they'll have to go down to first, but the steady Terrell is down there, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left on. That was the base on balls to Thompson. We move to the top of the third when we come back. We're back for the top of the third. Matwire, Braxton, and Barfield due up. Matwire has a couple of RBI. She is 1 for 1 with 2 RBI. Knocked in a couple in that big first inning. She'll bat for the second time here tonight, top third. Squares around and lays that one down. Play over to first, not in time. Good-looking throw over from Olivia, but unable to get the speedy. the Speedy Metoyer down to first, and she's going to beat out that infield single. We'll put a runner at first. And London Braxton makes her way into the box, and don't think that they won't try to do that again. Shane came in and finished out the last inning. This one back to Shane. She'll turn and whirl and throw to first, and counts like a sacrifice, but it's a ground out. 1-3 on the putout. And Barfield now will step in. She also is 0 for 1. She was a strikeout victim. Trying to get this thing back to the top of the lineup and continue putting some runs out. Shane would like to make sure she limits any of that going on. Jade Barfield will step in. Got Marshall that is going to come in and pinch hit. That is number 5. Charity Marshall will come in. So a pinch hitter has been announced here. She will bat for Barfield. So the first official at bat here. This young lady, runner out at second base, is Metoyer. Rocks back and delivers this one up and out of the zone for ball 1. Well, now that night has fallen, you see that airport beacon that is making its way around. Good-looking pitch there from Shane, and it evens it up at a ball and a strike. Talk about that. You'll see it off to the right over behind the scoreboard area is where that is. Watch for it to come around and blink. There it is. That lets the Plains know, hey, don't hit us. Lifted high. Catcher turning and spinning. And look, here's what you like about that from behind the dish there by Launer is that she turns her back to the infield and adjusts it. That way, you've got the spin in the rotation. So if you go up to glove that, it's not spinning away from you, it's spinning into you. And so that was just about as textbook as it could be, and that's the second out of the inning. And that does, though, get it back to the top of the order. And Maggie Massia, she watches that one down low for ball 1. We are in I'm not sure. Yeah, we're in the top of the third. I am sure. Top of the third, we play game number 5 of the day, 1 to follow. It is scheduled for 8 o'clock. We started this one about 10 minutes early. You know, just conversely, last night there was one game, a 6 o'clock game and an 8 o'clock game. And the 8 o'clock game didn't start till 9 o'clock, so we got an hour behind in one game last night. Today, we started our 5th game 10 minutes early. That one smoked up the middle. Coming around, cut off at the circle, and thought about back in there, but Massia now 2 for 3. And that will bring up Robertson, who has just been something today. That is the 8th run of the game across 8-0. So Maggie with a good piece of hitting there. Scores Metoyer all the way from second. And now Lila Robertson, who is having herself a day. Robertson 2 for 2 with 3 RBI on the day. Gidrow's in the circle has been solid. Just as solid, though, has Lila Robertson been. Two balls, no strikes. thought perhaps that Shane could get him out of the inning, but man, when you flip it over. But again, you get to 2 outs, and we have seen difficulty from every team that has played today. We talked to Coach Creech a little while, and he said, look, that's what got us in trouble. One bounces and off and going. Good throw down, but not in time. It able to slide in around that tag. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. Well, I like this view a lot better than the one we had last night. Last night was our experimentation mode, and we were a little bit tighter on there. But I like this shot because you can see everything that's going on in the infield, and it's not too far away. Look, good changeup is there, and that's 3 balls and 1 strike. Keep an eye out on our 446 Sports Facebook page and our Pelican Softball Report Facebook page and YouTube. You'll find us pretty much at any social media. There's no telling when a game is going to be streamed. We try to put word out a couple of days in advance. But if you're looking for us to come to a town near you, shoot us an email at doug@446sports.com. Ball 4 is there. And Robertson is on for the 3rd time today. And Peyton Anthony will step in. Anthony 1 for 2. Peyton, P-A-I-T-Y-N. Peyton Anthony is there at 1 for 2. And, boy, if she can get into one here, that would be a huge, huge inning. It's already been a big game. That one lifted high and won't do it. Camping out under it at second base, and so Shane does a good job of surviving things. That one popped up, and Anthony is retired. Now 1 for 3 on the evening. Couple of stolen bases there by Macia in the game. Look, I'm going to call it both ways throughout the night, and eventually I'm going to get one of them right. So 50-50 is not bad. That will do it for Natchitoches Central in the top of the 3rd. Still hanging around in this. It's an 8-run game, but you got to know that Evangel Christian Academy has some runs left in them. We'll be back right after this. Top of the lineup is due up to face Gidrose here. Flowers, Gordon, and Launer. That is a ground ball base hit. There goes the no-hitter. And that one put out into center field. First base hit, and Flowers does a good job of getting that right back up the middle. Center fielder coming around and getting that was Macia. Look, leave us a comment. Let us know who you're cheering for or where you're watching from. Even if it's post-game, leave that, because we go back and look at all of those. Unless it's a comment that you say that talks about how big of a dummy I am. That throw down to second base, good-looking stolen base, and that's the second stolen base. I believe, no, it was, who had their other stolen base? Needless to say, out it's on its second base. One pops the mitt, but out of the strike zone and evens things up at a ball and a strike. Again, this is that inning that you want to make something happen. That one, little poke check over to left field, going to be gathered in by Marshall. And Marshall just right there tried to just direct something that way, and nothing doing. Right back up the middle again, and they're going to have an opportunity. Coming home, going to have a play here at the plate. No, it's cut off by Gidros, and that will score the run. Oh, what a good piece of hitting that is. And again, we told you that this Evangel Christian team could score some runs, and it would not go away. Launer continues to do big things. She's got an RBI single out to center field, and she hit the ball so well last night. This is Madison Hooten. She is the right fielder. And that one is on the swing, so 0-1. Well, we appreciate everybody that has tuned in and sent us messages and left and followed. That one smoked over to third right under the glove of Robertson. And trying to get something going is Hooten now and Launer at first and second, respectively. And here comes Shane with an opportunity to maybe chip away and get this thing a little bit closer. Was very impressed with the work of Addison Shane at second base, coming in the way she's swinging. And that infield will gather in, and they'll talk to Gidros just a little bit. Man, we've got one more good one coming up, too. It is Evangel and Glenbrook set to go. That is the 8 o'clock game, final game of the night. That went in there for a strike, so whatever they went out and said to Aaron definitely worked, and that is strike one now to Shane. Shane would have an opportunity to really change the dynamics of this thing if she can get a base hit here or more. Shane hits out of the 5 spot, so you know she's a very capable hitter. Gidros wanting to bear down, swung on and missed, and that is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gidros wanting to seize control back of this when she was cruising along. Good job. Just a nasty, nasty changeup. And you're expecting that high-velocity fastball, and that comes that changeup, and that's the result that you think that you will see out of it. Shane down on strikeouts. And Olivia Pandiella will step in now with 2 outs. Boy, just when Gidros needed a strikeout, she digs down and gets one. That one is blasted back to the fastball. She goes, and barely able to get a piece of it was Olivia, but she did. 0-1, though, following that foul. 5 runs, 2 runs, 1 run. First, second, and third for Natchitoches Central. First run picked up by Evangel has been the third, and that one grabs a corner there. And now at 0-2, you can throw about anything that you want to. You saw her just a batter ago go change up, pull the string on it, and get the strikeout. This time it's fastball away. Well, with her throwing away like that, that almost thinks that you got an opportunity for that change up to work on the inside half. But boy, Pandiella is off of the plate a lot. And while she stays off the plate like that, you just soon work away and don't put one into her wheelhouse. There it is, that nasty off-speed stuff, and she throws it by and starts walking back to the dugout. That's like shooting a three-pointer and heading back down the court before you know that it goes in. She knew that was going to be a strikeout. We move to the top of the fourth. Evangel does pick up a run, but they trail it after 3, 8-1. Natchitoches coming to bat when we come back. Back to work we go here. Top of the fourth inning. Gidros, McGrath, and Terrell. Gidros 0 for 2 on the day, but she can get after it. There's no doubt about it. Shane set to start things off, and they're talking about something over there. Not sure what it is. Gidros stands in there. That one is lifted high, and Gidros is going to be 0 for 3 on the day. Oh, it just hung up in the lights, I think, and traveled a little bit further than, well, I'm not sure who is out at second base right now. Let me switch over to another spot. That is Braxton. Just went a little bit further, and nobody touched it, so that's going to be a base hit. You'll get a runner in for Gidros here momentarily, and that is a single. You can't score that in error, but you thought that you should have probably had that. We'll get the pinch runner for you in just a moment, but that is going to bring Addie McGrath to the plate. And that's not what you needed after a big inning like that, where you scratched a run back and equaled them. Still trail it by 7. But you're just looking for a little bit of momentum. That is Pleasant that is in the game now. Sophia Pleasant on to run at first. 1 ball, no strikes. Big shout out to the folks here at Glenbrook. They have been exceptional hospitality-wise to us here today, last night. To the pizza delivery folks that come and handed the pizza to us. That hit home last night, didn't it? Yeah, I had 2 pieces out of mine, and Nick ate all of his. I just don't understand that, but so be it. 1 ball, 1 strike, squaring around to bunt, and that one hits her in the batter's box, so it's just a foul. Trying to generate. McGrath 1 for 1 on the day. And there you hear the shouts of step out. They're wanting her just to reset and do things on her time. Shane will rock back and deliver this one. It is lifted high again, having to turn and go back the other way. And great work behind the dish to gather that one in. And that's Launer again that we talked about is just solid. Again, we will be awarding our LV5K Player of the Game following this, as we have done in each of the prior games. And we'll put a big compilation up of that sometime tomorrow when we get settled in and get back home. Rocks back, delivers this one. Strike is there, and it's 0-1. 1 out. Top of the fourth we play. That check swing goes over into the net. Was a leadoff single by Aaron Gidrose. Now, Coach calling timeout. We'll go over and visit just a little bit. Swung through that one and down on strikes. So Coach goes over and talks, but I'm telling you, Shane has thrown that ball well. We saw her do it last night. We see her tonight doing it. And McGrath is down on strikes, and that will bring Briley Matwire up, who is quietly gone 2 for 2 on the night. Matwire with a couple of singles, 2 RBIs. She goes to bunt that one around, and well, you can nearly a case for interference there as Matwire was out in the throwing lane. Nothing doing. And 0-1. 2 down, top of the fourth. This is the first inning that Natchitoches Central may go without a score. Right back to Shane it goes. She'll turn and fire to first, and that will do it. Scoreless fourth inning for Natchitoches Central. We'll be back bottom of the fourth. We are back here, and Aaron Gidrose back in for her fourth inning of work. Hanks Thompson and Cooper due up to bat, 7, 8, 9. Hanks 0 for 1 now. This is her second trip to the plate. And she has watched 2 of them out of the zone, 2 balls and no strikes from Gidrose. Gidrose has walked a couple of people on the day. That one poked over to first base and didn't really have an opportunity at it. That one bounces around, an uncharacteristic wild pitch there from Gidrose, and third base will come out and talk to her. Robertson just wants to come and visit. And that's going to bring Romero out from behind the dish also. 3 balls and a strike. Gidrose rocks back, delivers this one. Swung on right through that one. Whatever they all told her worked as she comes back with a good-looking fastball. Fills the count up at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Right up the middle, Gidrose is going to field it cleanly, and over to first she goes with it. Good piece of hitting, but that's the first out of the inning. Again, we told you 7, 8, 9 to do up here. This is going to be Lily Thompson, who started the game in the circle. That one twisted foul and going to end up over there just past the Evangel dugout. Just off the plate. Actually, he called that one a strike, didn't he? So a ball and a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes, he sounded like he said. Boy, I think you could tell it's getting late into the evening. That one up and out of the zone. Stepping back out again, and we saw Lily do that back in her first at bat. She steps back out with that front foot, and that makes it difficult to finish off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gets completely out of the way as that screwball works its way inside. And look, that may be as much as pushing her off the plate just a little bit more, because I think you're going to have every bit of that outside corner if you want it now, if you're Gidrose. Right there with it. Good plate coverage, though, by Thompson. She was able to extend that bat and get it out over that outer half, and that's exactly what Gidrose was doing there. Tried to throw that changeup again, but held on to it a little too long. And now they're saying it was 3 balls, 2 strikes, and I thought it was 2 and 2 prior to that, but I'm telling you, that one misses down low, and it doesn't matter now as Thompson is down to first. Thompson now with a couple of base on balls in this one, and Cooper now will step in. Cooper, a strikeout victim, back in her original at bat. This is what you want if you're Evangel. You can get something out of 8 and 9, get them on base ahead of your big hitters. You have an opportunity to get Flowers and Gordon and Launer and Hooten and those ladies back up to hit. Squaring around to bunt that one, and it's fouled just down the line. Good idea, as I believe that Robertson was playing back just a little ways, but you've got that kind of speed out of Cooper to get down there. Still playing a little further back at third. She'll square around. Shot down to second base. Going to have her. And, boy, called safe. Anthony thought she had her. And unless the ball dropped out, went right over the head of Gidrose, and they'll come out and she'll smile and look in at Romero and say, yeah, I just didn't know you were chunking that ball down there. But, I mean, it went right over the head. And they'll go out and talk about that a little bit. We'll Coach, and he is visibly upset. He thought he had a good throw down out. Instead, it's 0-2 into Cooper after she's bunted through a couple of them, and just don't think she's a fan of that fastball coming from Gidros. She's squaring the bump. She'll pull that back and go to swing, and she does. Boy, good bat speed, though, to get that around. I'm telling you, able to turn, show bunt, and then pull that back has been pretty solid. Gidro's delivery is pulled over there. Check the runner back over to first, back to third. They'll hang on to it. That was just a good piece of base running. You got to take the out if you can, and that's what Robertson did. But Thompson, when she saw the throw, knew that she was heading there. So 2 down, runner at third, bottom of the 4th. Gidros now nothing. Gidros trying to keep this thing scoreless here in this inning. She gave up a run in the last inning. Flowers, who is 1 for 2, lifts that one foul and down the line. And boy, up near the top of those steps, and the mad dash up the steps, and more power to them for being able to run up those steps like that. Good camera work. Following everything in the park is our buddy Nick Morrow. Up and out of the zone for ball 1. Outer half, and that misses, and Gidros thought she had one, man. You see the body language. She leans back. She's like, man, thought we did it there. Gidros, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Throws that change up high again, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's been a good out pitch for her today. 5 strikeouts on the day through 3 2/3. She's given up 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks on the day, and that's really what's been the trouble. And she adds another one to it. So strikeout to walk ratio is climbing, and that's going to get runners at first and third for Flowers, who is second consecutive time that she has reached. And Gordon will step in. Gordon has walked on the day as well, and she's 0-1. One lifted high in the left field, camping out under it. Drop the ball there. 1 run is scored. Another one going to come around, bounces up, not going to be in time, and that is a 2-run error out in left field. And now climbing back in this thing, it's 8-3. Evangel Christian just continues to bang around the softball. They were in an 8-7 game last night. You see out in the outfield there, just to the right of center field, where those guys in the pickup trucks are backing in. That means there is a Glenbrook game coming on, and that, of course, is the 8 o'clock game tonight. Final game of this one. It is Glenbrook and this same Evangel team. One ball, no strikes. Launer is one that can certainly put a charge in it as well. That one outside, and that one is chunked down the line into sliding in safely there. And I'm going to tell you, Coach is going to be fired up. And he's going to complain that that's a couple of times that has happened. Oh, don't let him go talk right behind the pole. There you go. We got a good look at it on our camera now from out here. And that's twice tonight, and he is visibly not agreeing with that call. Said his piece and did it the right way, called time and went out and talked about it a little bit. And back to work. Gidros will go. But that was a good throw in from right field, and McTwire, once that ball had got chunked into the outfield. But another couple of runs come across. 2 down rallies. That one, outer half from Gidros is there for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. One ball, 2 strikes here, bottom of the 4th. It has been, what a diving stab. Are you kidding me? Just out of the reach there of the camera, but my goodness, you'll have to take my word for it on there. It happened so quick. That's one of those that we got doubled off on. Anthony, though, a diving stab at shortstop, and somewhere in the background, da-da-da, da-da-da, is being played. That was a web gem. The only blunder was me for not getting it over there to you. But Launer, hit it on the screws and just unable to get anything going there. They do pick up a couple of runs, do the Lady Eagles of Evangel Christian Academy. We move to the top of the 5th, 8-3. Some defensive changes being made by Evangel. Evangel will stay on the field and have a game with Glenbrook, the host team in this. Coach Tyler Cox and company 2-0 in this weekend's action. This is London Braxton that will hit. Spent 3 straight runs put up on the board after that 8-0 start. Shane has come back in, although she misses that one out of play, up and out of the zone. Two straight thrown out of the zone there by Shane. She came in and threw some good pitches last night, and she's done so again today. Gets back to the back of the pitching circle, a little Al Roboski style there, if you remember the old Braves pitcher. You may not. That one does catch the corner. And she goes back, wipes the ball, and turns around and comes back a lot of times. And that's kind of her mechanism to get settled in. That one she had to reach for, did Braxton, but was able to foul it off. Addison Shane checks the armband, throws this one out there, and it is promptly put out into center field. Good piece of hitting by Braxton to lead things off. That is her first hit of the game. Braxton, and this looks like Marshall that is still here in there in left field. She was inserted to go into left field, scored a run in her first appearance. And just trying to get it back to the top of that lineup. We play on in the top of the fifth, an hour and a half into this game. Squaring around, popping that bunt, caught behind the dish by the catcher, and you saw that one. Now a throwdown, calling it safe. And I'm just not certain they want to call an out there at second base. Look, they hustle quickly over, and now the other side, Evangel is going to go out and have a say with it. And just, I don't know that I've seen an out there at second base called. Either side. Thought you had that one, but let's not get away from that tremendous job behind the dish by Launer. She is just solid. That is a highlight reel just on her own. Wow. Look, we have no dog in this hunt, but there have not been a lot of calls. It's hard to imagine that every ball that beats the runner to second base, the runner slides around in safely. It's just the statistical element to it. I just don't believe happens. That one misses away for ball one. Who knew that I would get into statistics here, but Maggie will get back in there. Maggie Massia, M-A-S-S-I-A, steps in from the left side. Shane up to 37 pitches now. That one is thrown on the outer half. You get a good look at that routine from Addison Shane. She comes out there, looks towards center field, rubs the softball, then comes back in. Very unlike some of the pitchers that we've seen that just stand right there on the rubber. And she'll take and turn and go back to the back where she'll stand, face the outfield, compose herself, and turn back in. She's thinking between every single pitch there. And again, you see a lot of pitchers that just stand there and receive the ball back. That one inside crosses the inside corner for 2 balls and 2 strikes. But again, it has been a couple innings now. We play in the 5th. Natchitoches got 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. None in the fourth. And nothing here thus far in the fifth, but there's one out and a runner at second base. And the big hitting Maggie Massia that steps in. Who's going to be our LV5K player of the game tonight in this one? We shall see. Down on strike she goes, much to the chagrin of the crowd here from Natchitoches Central, but those that are from Evangel Christian loving it. And there are 2 outs here. Massia, Maggie down on strikes, and that will bring Robertson to the plate. She's 2 for 2, Lila is, and has walked, so she's reached base all 3 times. Robertson, you remember, had the triple and the home run. We told you she got the tough ones out of the way. Walked her next time up. A single or double would sure make things interesting. Her next trip to the plate. That one misses. And I just think they're staying away from the hard-hitting Robertson, because she walked the last time, and here she just swings the bat well at a ball anywhere around the zone. Watches that 2-0 offering come in, and well, I don't think she was taking 2-0. I wouldn't have thought that the take sign would be on, but got a good one there, and now 2-1, certainly a hitter's count. Up in the front of the box is Robertson, looking to get a hold of another one. Lifts that one high and just missed it. It's high into that night, and that will do it. Out recorded there at second base by Hanks, and we move to the bottom of the fifth. After he got 8-0, chipping away is Evangel Christian. We'll see what happens in the bottom of the fifth when we return. Erin Gidrow's back on for her fifth inning of work. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Big shout out to our friends at Yellow Jacket Oilfield Services, JTO Minerals Store Services. They build, maintain, and sustain. There's Yellow Jacket. They are the title sponsor to what we did. We appreciate everything from Yellow Jacket. Wimberley Agency, Sunderland Chiropractic. But Yellow Jacket stepped up and were the title sponsor behind what we're doing here, and just couldn't do any of it without those guys. Gidrows fires this one in. It's over to third. Across the diamond it goes. And out number 1. So Hooten retired for the first out. This will be Shane that stands in. Addison Shane batting fifth. She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. She's had a tough go of it, and she takes that for strike one. See the guys, again, we told you in the truck, you got to believe that's the baseball team gathering in out there behind the right center wall. Curveball in there for strike two. Quickly, 0-2, and this is back to the Aaron Gidros that we saw in the first inning. Rocks back, delivers the 0-2. That one is punched out towards right field, trying to come up on it and dive, and does not get to it. But I'm telling you, it's frustrating giving up an 0-2 fastball base hit. But good work by Shane, and now she's 1 for 3, and Pendiella will step up. She is the Evangel Christian third baseman. Don't forget, keep an eye out. Oh, a big swing there. Keep an eye out for Zoe Fitz Photography. She'll have those up and posted in the next day or so. A picture memory of this tournament, and it's been a good one. Gidros just blows it right by her there. Gidros misses that one inside, and again, thought she had it. Goes in, you hear the numbers being thrown out, and that's just the way that you call those out, and it gets her to look at that wristband, and away it goes. That one fouled, backing out of play, keeps it at 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strike, correction. You hear that from the dugout, and I think that started coming up around that travel, and now it's made its way into the high schools as a lot of these travel coaches are starting to work their way in. That one punched out to right field. Going to come in there and make the play is Matoyer. Thrown away, but not enough for advancement, and it's quickly 2 outs. Play here in the bottom of the 5th. Evangel still with 1 more game to go. You see that Glenbrook crowd has started to make their way back in here. They were here early this morning for that 10 a.m. game. Ground ball down the line, hooks foul, and it's 0-1. Gidros is definitely a power pitcher. She works in some finesse. Has got a fly ball out and a ground ball out. And 0-2. Gidros would like to add to that strikeout total here. Rocks backfires this one, and it's lifted into left field, and she'll take that fly ball out. Good diving grab out in left field, and my goodness. Counts as an out in the book. Marshall comes up diving for that one, and that is big-time work. That will retire the side. So no runs across there, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We'll be back top of the 6th when we come back. We are back to the Yellow Jacket Oilfield Services 2026 Glenbrook Apache tournament. First ever tournament here, he said. Love the work Coach Tyler Cox is putting in up here, building things big. And who would have known, you looked at the pictures a month ago and saw the snow and the ice and everything all around this field, that they would be playing ball out here and it just be a beautiful 80-degree day today. I don't think you could find a better day for softball than what we had today. Shane pitches to Anthony. Peyton Anthony is 1 for 3 on the day. 1 ball and 1 strike here to start off the top of the 6th. Comes inside on her, 2 balls and 1 strike. The Shane pitch count up to 48 now. She's thrown 48 pitches. Spins, turns around, and looks back at the outfield. Works her way back up. That one just hammered down the line, but foul. Hits around in that corner area where it's slanted and worked its way back in. Certainly getting that softball out of the way. Thought they were going to go out there, but we're just getting that softball in with a new one. 2 balls and 2 strikes following that foul ball. Shane trying to get Anthony here and again keep this thing where it is. Nothing since the top of the 3rd. We play in the top of the 6th. It was just one of those innings where Evangel really couldn't do a lot of things right back in the 1st, but have settled down and really played toe-to-toe with Natchitoches Central since then. Three balls, 2 strikes here, full count. Payoff pitch coming now to Anthony. Anthony pays it off deep and into the night. Way back. And that one is out of here. Peyton Anthony, 2 for 4 on the day, and now she adds a home run to that. My goodness, that'll change things up. We talked a little bit about it, but out of the 3-hole now, that is her 2nd run scored as she comes across and just put a monster charge into that for a leadoff home run. And that'll bring Gidrose to the plate. So 2 for 4 night from Anthony. 2 runs scored and that 1 RBI via the solo shot here in the 6th. And that's really the first miss of anything that we have seen from Shane. That one pushed foul and over onto the baseball field for strike 1. Nothing in 1. The count to Gidrose. Gidrose has been stellar in the circle, giving up 3 runs the last couple of innings, but still has been solid and done what she's wanted to do when it was crunch time, because this is a very, very good hitting Evangel Christian team. Just don't know how much Evangel is going to have left. Of course, these softball players are used to it. That bounces up and 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gidrose. Congratulations to all of our LV5K players of the game. And Ainsley Morvan, who was the player of the game in the last one and got our very first invitation to be one of our 60 All-Stars in the Pelican State Rising Stars All-Star softball game coming up May 26th and 27th at Louisiana Christian University. College coaches will be in attendance, and man, it's going to be a night. We'll get that officially posted up tomorrow, but saw that little snippet of a picture tonight, and we're glad to Gidros takes that inside. Boy, Shane thought she had that one. They'll do the 2-ball, 2-strike count again. Gidros fouls another one off and out of play. Gidros squares up. I think that's more just a measuring tool. Certainly it is. She's not up there bunting. That one misses out and off the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Last full count we saw, last payoff pitch that we saw was a batter ago, and it was deposited over that left field fence. Gidros has the power to get out of here, no doubt. 9-3, Natchitoches Central. The Lady Chiefs lead this one on the heels of a big 5-run first. Gidros smokes that one down the line, and it's foul, just hooked foul, but a good diving effort over there at third. Gidros will show that little fake bunt, pull this one back, and takes that one on the outside corner. And do you see the intensity there from Addison Shane? Boy, that's the one thing that we just, we love. That one back to center field is going to be gathered in there for out number 2, and time is called. Looks like we'll have a substitution coming in. And we'll see. Get you back settled into this one and see what the change was. So Gidros out again, called out on strikes. We will see who that pinch hitter is. They don't let us know. That is swung on number 23. And we'll see who they enter in. That's not McGrath. McGrath flew out. And Pleasant now is in there as the pinch hitter. That is Sophia Pleasant. One misses outer half, 1 ball and 1 strike. That Peyton Anthony home run was a big one. It was a 3-2 offering that she just crushed over the left field wall. Extends the lead back to 6. That bounces around, but nowhere to go Pleasant takes ball 2. And so much for our ahead streak. This game started 10 minutes early and is an hour and 56, right at 2 hours in. And we play in the top of the 6th. And then there for a strike. So the way things have gone in this one, you're looking probably another 30 minutes or so of this game between the bottom of the 6th and the 7th complete because of Angel will bat. Swung on and missed, and Addison Shane continuing to show emotion and pitch the way we've seen her pitch. That will do it in the top of the 6th. It was the Peyton Anthony home run that extended the lead 9-3. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning when we come back. Bottom of the 6th we play here, and that first pitch in there from Gidros is called strike number 1. Small correction. That is Thompson that is set to bat. That one pushed down the line, boy, and it catches Yerby over there. A couple of big performances. Maggie Massia, 2 for 4. Lila Robertson, 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. Peyton Anthony, 2 for 4 with that big home run. Matwire, 2 for 3. And down on strikes goes Thompson. And that's going to bring Kaylee Yerby in. Yerby 0 for 2 on the evening. Takes that one, that swinging strike there. Gidros will grab that one and head back to the circle. 1 ball and 1 strike. Big righty rocks back, delivers this one, and just blows it by. And it looks like her pitches are getting a little stronger. There at the first inning, she was zinging it. Those middle 2 or 3 innings, I think she mixed in a few more changeups, but she has been just full power here late. blows that one right by the 9-hole, hitting Kaylee Irby, and they'll get back to the top of the order. And Flowers, who is 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Well, this is the kind of inning that you want if you are looking to shut one down and go ahead and get up into the 7th. Gidros to face Anna Flowers. That one just up and out of the zone for ball 1. Fouled back into the net. You are watching the Yellow Jacket Oilfield Services 2026 Glenbrook Apache tournament, and that one is ripped fair down the line. Is going to get out into left field and gets past the left fielder and will be a double for Flowers, and Flowers continues to get after it in this game. And Lena Gordon, and again, you've got some folks that have been putting the bat on the ball tonight against Gidros. Yellow Jacket Oilfield Services, for all your wireline and fishing needs, give them a call. We're brought to you in part 2 by Sunderland Chiropractic, Minden's only full-time chiropractor. That one up and inside. Comes off the official a little bit. Conveniently located on Fleming Lane right here in Minden, Louisiana. They treat neck pain, back pain, sports injuries, and much more. Sunderland Chiropractic, proud supporter of Glenbrook softball. Go Apaches. Swung on and missed, and that one makes it a ball and 2 strikes. JTO Minerals, Oilfield Consultants. That one poked back the other way. And the Wimberley Agency, proud supporters of what's going on here. Sunderland Chiropractic, we talked about those guys. Swung on and missed, and that is a great job this inning by Gidros to do that. We will move to the top of the 7th. We've got one to play in this one. Kanakaty Central hold on. They lead at 9-3. They're coming up to bat when we return. Matwire, Braxton, and Barfield due up in the top of the 7th for Natchitoches Central. 7, 8, 9 due up in the lineup. Addison Shane has been very solid back there. We play top 7 here. Let's get that corrected. Let's see that at the bottom. Yep. Top 7. There you have it. Again, I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports alongside Nick Morrow and Zoe Fitz, who is making her way around the ballpark as she has all day, taking photos Man, I'm telling you, the memories that she will shoot from this tournament, you'll love to see. Make sure that you check it out when you're tagged in those and purchase that full gallery. She's going to have her full gallery price on sale, and it's usually been about $30. I'm telling you, you cannot get a memory better than all of the pictures that she's had of this one. 1 ball and no strikes. The bat is thrown at the ball there. Not going to be in time. Thrown away and hustling down is was thought about going to third, did Matwire. But Matwire is going to be there for a 3-for-4 day now with 2 RBI. And I mean, she just throws the bat at the ball to get that done. Good work. And you will see Braxton step in now. Riley Matwire with a big day. London Braxton puts a charge into that one, but the center fielder is there, comes up and chunks it back in, and you had a good look at her right in front of us as Gordon was able to pull that one in. If you're Evangel, you want to keep it right here where it's at. I believe there'll be about a 30-minute break between these two games. This is the top of the 7th. It was scheduled for 8 o'clock. Expect it'll be closer to 8:30 before it gets started, we believe. That could all be thwarted depending on the batting that happens here in the 7th. Addison Shane settles in, gets ready, and fires this one. Again, looking to bunt. That one taken up and out of the zone for ball 1. Well, they are looking to put some small ball into play. Again, that one misses. Low and 2 balls on a strike. One misses out, and it looks like Shane may be getting a little weary there. She goes back again to back to that, and that is a rhythm that she does. Every single pitch will turn around and go back there, looking at the outfield, gather her thoughts. That one pulled foul down the line in between third base and the third base coach's area. Three balls and 2 strikes following that foul ball. Shane trying to close this batter out and keep it right here and get those bats going. That one pulled foul, and they'll repeat the full count offering. Hard to pick a player of the game in this one. Everybody has done a lot up and down the lineup. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 different players with 2 hits. McTwire has 2. Anthony, she had the big home run. Robertson, she had the big home run. And Messia 2 for 4 out of the leadoff spot. Found that one back. Unless there is some big comeback. 1 out in this one here in the 7th. Again, to make sure to follow, that lets you know when we are live. Ball 4 misses, and that will get runners at first and second. Coach calls time and bringing his players in, looking to possibly get something going there as Messia will stride in. Strikeout victim on the day, but is 2 for 4 the rest of the way. 2 runs scored and an RBI. Part of that 11-hit attack. 4 of the players have 2 hits between them, and that is 8 of the ones. The other one, Gidrose has a hit, McGrath has a hit, and Braxton has a hit. But it's McTwire, Anthony, Robertson, and Messia that have done the damage. And you get Messia and Robertson and Anthony back up there with 6 of your 11 hits out of your top 3 batters. And you think you'd like to put a couple of more runs on here if you are Natchitoches Central? Not being greedy, but you want to kick out any comeback attempt you can. Puts on the double steal, and she stops shy of the ball, beats her to the bag. Timeout is called, and not happy over there at third, and they're going to come out and talk about it again. Looked like stopped short of the bag and then placed her hand around it. And they appeal to home, and home calls safe. He's not going to overrule anything that is called. But I don't know tonight if there has been an out called on the bases like that of one that's been a sliding attempt when there's been a throw into the base. Maybe there's been one. There may have been. I just don't remember it. Ball 1 is in place. That double steal orchestrated there. That one pushed over the right fielder's head and or the first baseman's head. 2 runs will come around a score, and they were off and running, and that's what getting runners into scoring position and running straight off of there. And now it is an 11-3 lead. Messia 3 for 5 with 3 RBI on the night. Goodness gracious. And you will see Robertson, who has already homered in this game, stride in there. 3 for 5, 2 runs scored, 3 RBI out of the leadoff spot. And that's what you want out of your leadoff hitter. Pitch hits the outside corner. Well, good-looking off-speed pitch there to Robertson. Robertson had a home run in her first at-bat, a triple in her second at-bat, and has not had an opportunity since then. Walked once in there. Started thinking she might have an opportunity at hitting for the cycle. That one up and out of the zone. Adds, runs things full, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big shout out to the Lauren Vaughn Foundation and the LV5K for sponsoring our player of the game all season long. That one pulled foul up and off the grill over there as he went to field that one, and it jumped up on him. You got to keep down on it. I'll redo the 2-2 offering. That one rolls and misses low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Shane trying to turn around and get out of this. That one misses low. Ball 4. And we'll bring Peyton Anthony to the plate. All Anthony did was crush one last time. The Natchitoches Central shortstop flat pounded the ball her last time up. Under the legs and nobody going anywhere. Thought they might have had an opportunity to take off that time, but didn't. One ball, no strikes. We play in the top of the 7th. This game a little over 2 hours and 15 minutes long. That one hammered deep into the night. Way back. It gone. Back-to-back home runs. And she's trotting around the bases. Good-looking work there by Peyton Anthony, who gets herself another one. And what an unbelievable night by the shortstop. And she makes her way in. Gidrose is out there to give her some love. That one just flat hammered. And it was a no-doubter from the start. That's 4 big runs that have come across. But the line score on Peyton Anthony now is 3 for 5, 4 RBI, 3 runs scored, and 2 home runs. I'm not saying that you could lock one up before the game's over with, but I don't know that somebody's going to take that away. So you've got 3 hits for Massia, 2 hits for Robertson, 3 hits, 2 home runs for Peyton Anthony, the shortstop. My goodness. That's just 14 runs on 13 hits, 13 RBI, 4 walks. They have struck out 6 times tonight, but I don't think anybody cares about that. But it's the 2 home runs from Peyton Anthony. Goodness gracious. Pitching change on there. We will keep it here and step away from the audio. And we are back here, pitching change on there. And just in case you really didn't know, 3 home run earlier today for Peyton. First 3-run home run. She's got 5 home runs on the day today in those games. Peyton Anthony, the freshman. That one misses up and out, and it is ball 1. Let me get caught up on the score for you. I don't think that it there you go. We'll get that straightened out. Got caught up in the barrage of runs there. That one up and out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Peyton Anthony, an incredible day here in Glenbrook. The freshman shortstop has just been absolutely on fire. Had her first 3-run home run game earlier, and now she's got 2 home runs in this one. And, man, she is seeing the ball as well as anyone has ever seen it on a day like this. 5 have left the yard, and they've not even been close. Not even close. This is Olivia Pandiella that is in there. I don't know that I updated that for you, but that is Pandiella, and that she issues a walk to lead things off. And that is going to send Roquemore, it looks like, will come in. And in fact, it is Madeline Roquemore will step in here. Started with 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, nothing in between, then 1 in the sixth and a big 4. So 5 in the first, 4 in the seventh, and then 4 more scattered throughout. It is 14-3. Look, I don't think there's anything that is going to change our minds about this. I don't know how it could. But class of 2029, Peyton Anthony is going to be our LV5K player of the game. There's no doubt about it. The tremendous performance that she has put on in this one, and we'll award that post game. Get a photo with her. Let's look back at some of the games that she has played. Anthony 1 for 3 in the game earlier as catcher. Cedar Creek game 1 for 4. This is her biggest day. There's no doubt about it. 12-3 win. Peyton Anthony had a couple of home runs, so she is not a stranger to 2 home run days. That young lady is going to be a star, and we're glad that we're able to see them here. That one is called a strike, and 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now this is one that you're just, the baseball players that went out there, and I guess I didn't see it, but you see they're waving that flag. They went out and got the Coach Tyler Cox flag. Seems to have become a cult item here. Down on strikes, and good work there by Olivia to come in and get that out. There are 2 outs now in the top of the 7th. So that 8:30 window we told you about starting the next game, not happening. We said coming up here we'd be surprised if it started. We're lucky that this is the only game that has went like this. You know, we had a couple of those run rule games mixed in between. Up and out of the zone. And she started this way against the last hitter. Smashed over to shortstop. Glove save there across the diamond and has it. Man, that is really good work out at shortstop by Flowers, who takes that one, and away they go. Bottom of the 7th is coming up, and this one has been opened up in it. We'll see what Evangel's got in their last at bat when we come back. Alexis Shaw now takes over in relief of Gidros. Gidros will make her way over to first base. Anthony, the class of 2029 star, has just been banging home runs around all season long. We're going to do some more research on her, but tremendous young lady there. Guess if you could see what was going on, that would probably help things out mightily. 1 ball and 1 strike. You were able to listen. It's like the old radio days. Anyway, guys, it's been a long time since 9 o'clock this morning. That one lifted into center field, camping out under it, and we'll make the play there for out number 1. Shaw comes in, 1 up and 1 down. Got all of this fixed up for you. I got lazy between innings, it looks like, but now we're caught up on everything. Shaw seeing if she can come in and close the door on this, where that was Launer that flew out to center. That one roped down the line towards third. And Hooten will step in, Madison Hooten. So it was Launer, Hooten, and Shane due up in the bottom of the 7th. 14-3 is the score here. One ball and one strike now to Hooten. Well, she jumps out on that one, but way in front of it, and it goes deep into those woods. I wonder how many softballs end up out there in the woods, because when you've seen several that turn and get in front of one, and it ends up deep into the woods, 200-foot field, so a 250 shot puts you a long way up in the woods. That one comes in, and that's going to hit her. And Shaw, with a hit by pitch, will put Hooten down to first, and Addison Shane will come to the plate. Shane's had a pretty good couple of games, the ones that we have seen. Throws the ball very well. I expect her to get some good quality innings. She just went into a team that swings the bat pretty well. Rocks back and delivers this one. Don't forget, guys, we have one more set up for you. Glenbrook and Evangel will do battle. This same Evangel team will stay out on the field, and they'll redo everything. Coach Tyler Cox will come out and drag the field, and then they'll paint it again and give Evangel a little bit of time to maybe grab something to eat and relax. That one high up in the air, giving chase, and unable to get. They're calling it out. No, that was. Goodness gracious. Calling time to go check on her, but that was Anthony that just flies over there, so they're going over to talk about it and see. Calling her out on the field, and coaches are not really excited about that one. There you get a good look inside to it. We believe that they're over-tending to her. Can't see it beyond the dugout area where it is. Next time we come up, that's been a blind spot for us. We'll have a camera up next time we come up here to Glenbrook that shows that side so we can see what all is going on down the line. They'll go down there. So we don't know who is down in the corner. They quickly have somebody else coming out and getting loose. And it looked like Anthony that was flying through from shortstop. She comes back in. And everybody back out on the field. So, tremendous work there. I hate that we weren't able to see what went on down that line. But it is out number 2. And we are shut out from seeing down there. Coach Spencer going to go out and have a couple of words there. Explaining that the ball was caught and perhaps on the transfer it came out. And they'll go out in the field and talk about it there momentarily. And, yeah, they grant the opportunity to let the umpire in the field. But he's saying that he was looking over at first base and didn't see that. He was watching to see if there was a tag, and that it was the play of the official at home, the home plate umpire. It was up to him to watch that down the line. He said his call is over to first base, and so Coach Spencer unable to get anything from that. All of that, and there were 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. Alexis Shaw looking to shut the door here on this one, and we will already let you know that our player of the game is Peyton Anthony. Peyton Anthony, the 2029 freshman phenom here from Natchitoches Central. Ground ball over to her. Why not end it that way? Cross the diamond she goes, and that is going to do it. That is your ball game, 14-3. Your final score, Natchitoches Central wins a pair on the day. Evangel and Glenbrook set to go in about 30 minutes. Keep it right